Hey y'all, this is Church from Church's Intake. We're going to get into another reading of his word. This is more like they're trying to stop your purpose by all means necessary. And they wonder why, you keep on coming up out of all of their diabolical schemes and plots and plans. We're in the book of wisdom still, chapter 10. I wanted to get this word out. I was supposed to get this word out before. So we're just going to keep on moving forward, and you'll see why he always is looking out for the chosen. He's looking out for the godly people, the righteous people, and the wicked will always fail. They will always come up short. They will never progress, and they can always sit in their putty, their mess, their vomit, however you want to call it, their karma. But it goes all the way back to the beginning of time. Cain and Abel, Joseph and his brothers, Job, Job with his family and friends. When you put that more into like today's time or in your life, it actually makes a lot more sense. And then how Job was talking to God on like how the wicked, how the wicked can still prevail over things, but they never win, and then he got reimbursed 100-fold after the fact. Pharaoh, Moses, let my people go. It's all the same stuff. Like the word is a guidebook on how you're supposed to navigate through wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Through spirit and truth, you will know how to get around these diabolicals. I'm telling you, you have to search God. You have to have a relationship, because all these things that's written in the Bible, you're not going to learn the unknown. What you need to start knowing is the unknown. And you're not going to learn that through just looking in this word and not studying, not praying to God and having a one-on-one session with him. Like, that's why you meditate and pray. That's why you do fasting and different things like that, because it's going to help you in the long run. So let's get into it. Wisdom. Wisdom guarded to the end of the first formed Father of the world, who was created along and delivered him out of his own transgressions, and gave him strength to get dominion over all things. But when an unrighteous man falls away from her in his anger, he perished himself in the rage with which he killed his brother. That's Abel and Cain. When for his cause the earth was drowned with a flood, wisdom again saved it, guiding the righteous man's course by a poor piece of wood. That's Noah's Ark. Moreover, when the nations consisting together in wickedness had been confounded, wisdom knew the righteous man and preserved him blameless to God, and kept him strong when his heart yearned towards his children. While the ungodly were perishing, wisdom delivered a righteous man when he fled from the fire of that descended from out of heaven on the 5 cities, to whose wickedness a smoke waste still witnesses, and plants bear fair fruit, that those not ripen, and disbelieving souls has a memorial, a standing pillar of salt. And disbelieving souls has a memorial, a standing pillar of salt. You know who that is, right? That's Sodom and Gomorrah. And then Lot's wife looking back. For having passed wisdom by, not only were they disabled from recognizing the things which are good, but they also left behind them for their life a momentum of their folly. That's Lot's wife. To the end that where they stumbled, they might fail even to be unseen. But wisdom delivered those who waited on her out of the troubles. When a righteous man was a fugitive from his brother's wrath, wisdom guided him in straight paths. She showed him God's kingdom and gave him knowledge of the holy things. She prospered him in his toils and multiplied the fruits of his labor. When in their covetousness man dealt harshly with him, she stood by him and made him rich. She guarded him from enemies. She kept him safe from those who lay wait over his severe conflict. She watched as judge, that he might know the godliness is more powerful than everyone. When a righteous man was sold, and it's talking about Joseph and his brothers, wisdom did not forsake him, but she delivered him from sin. She went down with him into the dungeon, and in bonds she did not depart from him, until she brought him the scripture of the kingdom and authority over those that dealt unjustly with him. She also showed those who had mockingly accused him to be false and gave him continuous glory. Wisdom delivered a holy people and a blameless seed from the nations of the oppressor. That's Moses and the people from Pharaoh. She entered into the soul of the servant of the Lord and withstood terrible kings and wonders and signs. She rendered the holy man a reward of their toils. She guided them along the marvelous way and became to them a covering in the daylight and a flame of the stars through the night. She brought them over the Red Sea and led them through much water, but she drowned their enemies, and she cast them out from the bottom of the deep. Therefore the righteous plundered the ungodly, and they sang praises your holy name, O Lord, and extolled with one accord your hand that fought for them, because wisdom opened the mouth of the mute and made the tongues of babies speak clearly. God bless the reading of his word. So they wonder why. Why do you always come out victorious over their wicked schemes, plots, and plans? But like I was saying, there is nothing new under the sun. Moses came from out of Pharaoh. Job won his test. Even all the mockers and scoffers were saying, why don't you go up against God? Job was like, away from me, even his wife, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we supposed to be. David and Goliath. This is all God's children that he's using, just like he's trying to use us in this day and age. The same type of way that he used all of them. Noah in the ark. That's basically when it says, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the coming of the Son of Man. We are in the days of Noah. Y'all might want to learn how to read that old text and start studying that. What were they doing in them days? They was doing wicked stuff. Christmas, right? They would kill their babies. They would throw the babies to Moloch and the fiery pit, hoping and praying for wealth and riches, good karma, or good how do you say, like, good fortunes, great fortunes. They will kill their seeds to a deity to wish for great fortunes. That's straight wicked and diabolical. And they're still doing this today. They want to kill people. They want to take you out. Don't get it twisted. There's a demon inside of them that's operating them. They're reprobate. So these are the things that the demons want to trick their minds to do to their own folks, their own people. Then we can go to Joseph and his brothers. You know, there's demons. Jealousy and envy are the two demons that was used to throw him in the pit, to throw him, and they wanted to kill him. But because of God's grace, they couldn't kill the boy. They just left him in the pit, hoping and waiting that he would die. Just like you got people in your family. They trying to do diabolical things, hoping and waiting for you to perish. And it won't happen. It won't. It's not God's will. God runs everything. And you're protected. And they don't get this because they're reprobates. They're still going to toil and waste. They are minions, diabolicals. And when you have that reprobate, when you let the spirit of envy, jealousy, and then you have no more heart, all you can think of is doing wicked, evil things. And you're wondering why this righteous man keeps on getting out of all your wicked and evil schemes. It's because of God. It's because God weighs all things, righteous and unrighteous. Now, if you're not covered by God, then these things may happen to you. They could take you out. They could finish you. But when you're covered, they can't. Joseph's brothers couldn't take him out. And then when you are novice, not knowing such things in the unknown, you can end up like Abel. Abel was righteous. Cain was not. Cain was still able to live out here. That's why you can't be over here overly trying to protect people and you thinking that's your family, those are your friends, those are whoever, your mother and your father. Once you get married and you leave away from the nest, or once you become an adult, things change. People change. This is friends, families, co-workers, or whoever. Situations change. And you can end up just like Abel if you're not aware of things. Now, Abel was righteous. Cain was not. But Abel's time was ended before because he was following God's will. And then that's when the sin came upon him. Like, because what? Adam and Eve ate that apple. So we already know his seeds was cursed. And then go back to Joseph and his brothers. Joseph shouldn't have told his brothers that secret. That's when the jealousy and envy came up. So you need to stop telling people your secrets or things that's outside of the will of God. Now, God will have you protected, but he wants you to know these things. I want you to keep your mouth shut for certain things. You need to let things play out first before you speak on it, before you talk about it. You can know a lot of different things. A person like myself, they want to pick my brain. They know I know a lot of different things. Oh, hold up, y'all. They know I know a lot of different things. But what I won't do is tell my enemies or show my enemies or speak on things that haven't transpired yet. My enemies ain't here to beat me. I'm not going to lose